Greetings, good people. What's up? What's happening? My name is Dr. Clarence, and welcome back to TV7 Live, where we get to give you all the hottest and top trending topics, broadcasting live and direct from Zimbabwe, Africa. Now, this one is a very shocking and disturbing story released by the Standard newspaper, the Standard Zimbabwe. What is happening here? Headline reads, Mnangagwa goes after Mugabe's family and relatives. So this is the cover page for the Standard. What is in this story? I'm just going to read it as it is Sejaziri. All right, let me just put it on the screen there for you to see. So this is it. President Emmerson Mnangagwa's government has repossessed swathes of land belonging to former First Lady Grace Mugabe, her daughter Bona, and other relatives in what the former First Lady believes is a calculated onslaught by the late ruler's successor. Those who have lost part of their farms also include Grace's sister, Rosemary Chidhakwa, Mugabe's nephew, Robert Zhuwao, and Kelvin Mugabe, among others who are closely connected to the family of Zimbabwe's first post-independence leader. Investigations by the Standard show how the repossessed land was given to Mnangagwa's family members and his Zanu PF allies. Copies of settlement permits obtained by the Standard showed the identity of the beneficiaries of the land taken from Mugabe's relatives. Grace vast tracts of land at her Mazowe citrus farm, which also houses an orphanage and the Amai Mugabe school, were given to the Home Affairs Minister, Kazembe. Now, what happens to the orphanage and also what happens to Amai Mugabe school? Anyways, let's continue. Kazembe is said to be planning to build a mall on the piece of land. The former First Lady had already lost a number of hectares on the property to small-scale gold miners who were given concession by the government. Mugabe's only daughter, Bona, lost most of the land on her farm in Mashonaland Central to the widow of the late Zanla commander, Josiah Magama Tongogara Angeline. Bona is said to have lost farming equipment that included center pivots during the takeover of part of Sigaro farm. Tongogara's wife is now working with the son of the white former farmer Lance Kennedy to utilize the land, a Ministry of Lands official disclosed. She took center pivots that were bought by Bona. Auxillia was allocated a huge chunk of Protea farm that is owned by Grace's niece, Florence Zinyemba, and her husband, Flavian, it emerged. Florence was the matron of honor at Mugabe and Grace's wedding in 1996. The couple were evicted from the farmhouse amid indications that it would house Auxillia's Angel of Hope Foundation. Mnangagwa's daughter Tariro was given a portion of Kelvin Mugabe's Audley and farm. Kelvin is the son of Mugabe's late sister Sabina. Sources revealed that Tariro was given a certificate of occupancy for part of Audley and farm in September 2022 following the marking of new boundaries to ascertain the actual block size of the property. She had been offered that piece of land many years ago, and an official in the lands ministry said. Robert Zhuwao, also Sabina's son, lost subdivision 4 of Cockington Farm but lost a High Court challenge against his removal. The farm was given to Sports Minister Kirsty Coventry. In Mashonaland West, Justice Minister Ziambi, another Mnangagwa loyalist, has taken over 500 hectares of farm that was owned by Sabina. Grace Mugabe's sister Rosemary Chidhakwa is struggling to push veterans of the Liberation Struggle Affairs Minister Monica Mavunga out of her subdivision 2 of Farm 25 in Glendale. Chidhakwa has won court cases against Mavunga over her occupation of the Glendale farm, but the minister is said to have vowed to stay put at the property. She invaded the wheat-producing farm in 2021 and is said to have ignored court orders against her. A Mugabe family member said the targeted seizures of land belonging to the late long-time ruler's relatives shows there were still hostilities between Mnangagwa and the former First Lady. Grace was against Mnangagwa's presidential ambitions and led a public campaign that was eventually crushed through the 2017 coup. Nick Mangwana, the government spokesperson, refused to comment on the displacement of Mugabe's family and relatives from their properties. I cannot comment on that. I am not aware. Mnangagwa Mangwana told the Standard, I would refer you to the Minister of State for Mashonaland Central. But if you were going to ask me on police issue, I would say if it was a land invasion, they should call the police. Land Minister Anxious Masuka was not answering his phone yesterday when the attempts were made to get his comment on the matter. In 2019, Mnangagwa said an audit had revealed that Grace owned 16 farms. The Zanu PF leader has also repeatedly warned that people holding huge tracts of land will be dispossessed in line with the government's one family, one farm policy. Mugabe launched an often violent land reform program at the turn of the millennium, which displaced over 4,000 white Zimbabweans from their farms. The government is now saddled with a US 3.5 billion debt to the former farmers for developments on their farms. Mugabe's government was accused of parceling out productive farms to loyalists, including some who grabbed multiple farms, and the development had a severe knock on Zimbabwe's agriculture-based economy. So, this is the whole thing here. So what are we seeing here? We're seeing that these guys didn't necessarily lose all their farms, and in most cases, not the entire farm. It is a very tricky situation this we have here. Enough respect to everybody who is watching us live right about now. Make sure you click the like button and subscribe to TV7 Live if you have not yet already done so that you never miss any of our videos, because we make videos each and every day. To those who are watching us live, you can write your comments in the top chat or in the super chat. That's how I can see your names, so I can give you my shout outs. Maybe a disturbing feature of this story is that these farms are being taken and not being given to other individuals who are not part of one crew. It seems they are acquiring these farms to one team. Like here we see. Anyways, even from the Mugabe family side, Robert Zhuwao's, Rosemary Chidhakwa, a lot of people got farms, right? So the one belonging to Rosemary Chidhakwa, who is Grace Mugabe's sister, is taken. Then Mazoe Citrus Farm, belonging to Amai Mugabe, goes to Home Affairs Minister Kazembe Kazembe. Government Momo is not a different person, a private person who gets this farm. Rather, it is somebody who is in the inner cycle or in the inner circle, cycling these properties as karma catches up, or is it karma? When we're seeing the properties still circulating around the same circles. Kazembe planning to build a mall on a piece of land. Then, Bona Mugabe's land on a farm in Mashonaland Central went to Josiah Magamatongo Gara's widow Angeline. Equipment, again, lost there. Then Auxillia is also a beneficiary, allocated a huge chunk of Protea Farm that is owned by Grace's niece Florence Zinyemba and her husband Flavian. So this one, it is not the entire farm that is taken, but rather a huge chunk. A huge chunk does not necessarily mean she took the big part of that farm. It simply means a huge chunk. It's not clarified here. Then Tariro Mnangagwa, given a part of Audley End Farm in September 2022 following the marking of new boundaries to ascertain the actual block size of the property. Robert Zhuwao, Sabina's son, lost subdivision 4 of Cockington Farm. That one went to Kesty Coventry. Did he lose all the farms, or he lost just that one farm? And how many farms did Kesty Coventry have? Anyways, why did the farm had to go to Kesty Coventry? Why not another different person? Mashonaland West, Ziambi takes 500 hectares from a farm that was owned by Sabina. Rosemary Chidhakwa struggling to push veterans of the liberation struggle Affairs Minister Monica Mavunga out of her subdivision. So these loyalists actually had a list. Okay, you take this, me take that. You take this, me take that. Then we see Nick Mangwana kat andinga comment nyaya dzeminda ya Mnangagwa. Anyways, in Harare, the Harare City Council, or the entire Harare in general, has been taken over by the government of Zimbabwe. What is happening here? Harare City Council has temporarily ceded control of key services that include waste management, public transport management, and road rehabilitation to the government in preparation for the upcoming SADC summit in August. As part of the program, 120 new refuse trucks are being procured for Harare, for use in Harare and other local authorities. Matraki Takurama bin. Then roadworks are said to have commenced in several suburbs to minimize traffic congestion during and after the event. Properties along airport roads leading to Mount Habden, the main venue of the summit, have been given until July 31 to improve the outlook of their properties. So if they don't improve, what happens and how do you improve? Anyways, the government is also working on a plan to onboard the private sector in solid waste management after the council indicated that it was incapacitated. Overall, these improvements are intended to be part of a long-term program of urban renewal in the capital city. So this is all being done in preparation for the SADC summit. So we are seeing serious projects there. How about the SADC flagship projects? How far are they now? How are they progressing? Obviously, if there was any significant progression, we would have seen images of these projects, and the consistency of news concerning the preparations for the SADC summit. Isn't this an attempt to knock this into the people's minds that the SADC summit is happening no matter what? So far, no update on the SADC summit flagship projects. But anyways, if we go to the Mbudzi interchange project again, it is still not yet done. It had been scheduled to have been done by this month, but still no progress has been made. Big up to everybody who is watching us live right about now. Big up to Innocent Karimo, who says, I'm watching from Mozambique. Anyways, that was it for now. I will be back again a little bit later. Thank you to everybody who was watching us live. Dr. Clarence is the name. TV7 Live is the channel. As always, thank you for watching. And I'm signing out.